looking forward to it. Obviously, a new year. I think everybody around baseball opens up tomorrow, and it's the same everywhere. Everybody's excited. You got your teams. We got some new guys. Nicky to my right. Foster was here a little bit last year, and he's pitching opening day. So I think everybody's optimistic. Everybody's excited. Everybody's ready to go after a long spring training, and we're looking forward to Thursday.
All right, if you guys want to ask any questions, if we could start with Jamie, so then we can move the mic after that, that'd be great, but I'll let you guys do whatever you want.
Jamie, in Nicky's case, I mean, a year ago he was playing college baseball. What's the challenge he faces now, coming into this league, into this ballpark, facing Carolina League pitching?
Well, obviously the main one to me is the length of the season.
Okay.
He's going to have to adjust to that. He's never played that long, but I think that just takes care of itself. You learn to pace yourself and go every single day. I think that's probably his biggest hurdle, playing hopefully 140 games instead of 70, 80 maybe. Obviously better competition. The higher up you go, and Nicky's skipping a league, it's better competition, but good players respond to better competition. I think it's always good to push players, get them in a higher level maybe than they're ready for, and get after it. So those things are the ones that are the obvious, but there's going to be good weeks, good days, bad days, good months. Those are all adjustments in baseball that you have to, over a long haul of the season, you have to battle through.
In what you've seen of Nicky in spring training, what makes you feel good about his abilities and about his potential for handling the challenges that he's going to face up here?
Well, the first thing that stuck out to me is I could tell he loves the game.
Okay.
Comes to the park every day. You can tell he's glad to be there, wants to play, wants to compete. It's not a grind. It will be at times, but that's the thing that stuck out most to me was the enjoyment he has being on the baseball field. Because if you don't have that, you're in the wrong sport, because it's day in and day out for 7-8 months, and that was the thing that impressed me the most. Was, the smile on his face. Let's get after it. Let's have some fun. Hey, we're just playing baseball, and you have to have that.
And is that an important aspect for all these players, particularly at this level?
Yes, at any level, really. I mean, once it becomes a job and a grind, you probably should be doing something else. But there's going to be ups and downs, but you've committed at a young age, these two guys, to make this a profession, and you know what it takes. Somewhat, they don't know all of it, what it takes yet, but that's the number one thing, is just the enjoyment of the game. But I'm going to give this thing a shot. This is what I've dreamed about doing, and now this is high A, and then next step is double A and triple A. That was my goal, and I'm sure it's these guys' goal. You always dream about the major league, but your next goal is double A. Let's see how that goes. Then you go to triple A, and then eventually the dream of playing in the major leagues.
Last year, Jamie, was kind of a rotating cast of middle infielders, and now just looking at the roster, it looks like you'll probably have Nicky and DJ Burt manning the middle infield every day. Just talk a little bit about those two guys.
Yeah, obviously you're correct. DJ will be our second baseman. Nicky, shortstop. Wander's back as our third baseman. Most of the year he played there last year. First base, Roman Collins, it's new to him. He really got transformed there in spring training. So it's going to be a little work in progress for him, but he's going to make the transition from the outfield to first base for us. But you look at our infield that we ended up with last year, Robert Bell and Bailey, Brian Bean, third base is Mike Hill. They're no longer even in baseball, so that's how things happen that quickly and things change.
Hey Jamie, I mean, you guys obviously struggled. I know you guys are in the development business, not the win business, but you guys struggled to get wins last year. Do you feel like you can the team can be a better team this year.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very optimistic. Our 3 outfielders are returning, so I think they'll be a lot better. Downs, Elliott, and Anderson Miller. They all got a taste of this level last year, and I think they'll improve. I love our starting pitching. Foster started off tomorrow, and Blewett and Puckett, Ogando and Castillo. I love our starting pitching, and our bullpen has what I call stuff. They're not just arms. They got stuff, and stuff even when it's not on plays. As hitters, we know if you've got stuff, you can still get outs, even if you're not pinpoint control. So I like that part of it. But yeah, like you said, we're in the developing stage, but nobody likes to lose baseball games. Our number one goal is to get every one of these guys to the next level, but at the same time, you have to learn how to win too, and that's something that's hopefully drastically changes this year, because we didn't win enough games last year, and that when you don't win enough games, it's not a good attitude and chemistry and all that. Even though I never had a problem with one kid last year, you'd still like to win.
Right.
Traditionally, the Blue Rocks have started on the road. I think it's the first time in maybe a decade that they've started at home. Is it a little easier as you're making the transition to have some home games as opposed to racing down to Myrtle Beach or down to North Carolina where the team has gone?
We opened at home last year too.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that makes a difference. We're traveling from Arizona to here. I think opening at home, everybody talks about, it could be cold. Well, it could be cold a lot of places. I think it gives the players a chance to get settled in. They've got their host families lined up. They're in their places. They're unpacked. We've got to work out here a few days. I think it's an advantage. Now, if it turns out to be rainy and cold, so be it. But still, they got to get settled in. I think that's a big thing.
Maybe you can talk a little bit about Foster, what you saw from him last year. What do you expect this year?
I expect Foster to be the number 1 pick that he was, just like the Royals think. A learning process for him last year. He didn't pitch as bad as his record. Obviously, we were a bad team. We didn't do some things. We didn't play good defense. All those things. No matter how good you are, you still need good players around you. And I think we have that now. But watching him in spring training, I love his mental approach to the game. And I told him that yesterday we were talking, which is a big key in development. Nobody likes to go out and get beat around, but big strides. That's why the organization named him to be the opening day starter, and go from there. I mean, when I saw him pitch this spring, I saw a different guy than I had seen at the end of last year.
Want to go to Nicky next?
Hey, Nicky, Kevin Tresley from DelawareOnline.com, the news journal locally here. Like I said to Jamie, I mean, a year ago you were playing college baseball. You might have been playing a game up the road here at Villanova, perhaps. Nicky's how do you feel about being at this level? And what do you feel the challenges are for you playing in the Carolina League, which, as you know, is a pretty good league?
No, it's a great accomplishment, and I'm proud of it. Just can't take it really for granted, though. In college ball, making the jump to even rookie ball, I had to adjust to the pitching, but I think I'm going to have to make the same adjustments here too, as well. But that's the thing about baseball; it's a game of adjustments. So I'll just take what I can and make some minor adjustments if I have to. I know you're a guy who's got some pop in his bat, even though you're also a guy who's got some wheels and steals bases and can take the extra base and stuff like that. Is that the kind of offensive personality that you've kind of always taken a lot of pride in as a batter? That you're the kind of guy who can do a lot of different things at the plate. Personally, I just try to get on.
Okay.
Let my 2, 3, 4 hitters drive me in. But the big thing is just to get on. I feel like that's the best way to help my team win, any way possible. So just work the counts, get the pitch counts up, and just any way to get on base.
being from Creighton, do you ever feel any extra pressure being drafted by the Royals, which is a pretty local team?
I think it's awesome. I mean, when I heard Kansas City, I know when I was there in Omaha, a lot of people cheer for the Royals. There's a huge fan base down there, and our AAA team is in Omaha, so I just think it's really cool. It's kind of like a family environment out there, and I know they're rooting for me too. So if I'm lucky enough to make it up to AAA and even the big leagues, I think I'll have quite the fan base in Omaha. So it'll be really cool.
Naperville, you White Sox or Cubs out there, or who was your team?
I was a Cubs fan. Well, I was a Yankee fan because I really liked Derek Jeter growing up. But I'd have to root for the Cubs because my mom and my grandpa are diehard Cubs fans, and my dad's just a baseball fan. So, but my whole family's pretty much Cubs fan.
Have they made the transition yet?
They have. I told them to. Yeah, we discussed.
That's their national.
Any other for Nicky?
You mentioned Jeter. Have you tried to mimic his game?
I don't think anybody can mimic his game, but just being able to study the way he goes at his game. I'm also a big fan of Brandon Crawford too, the way he plays the game. So I try to just emulate how he competes, and every time you step on the field, just play hard and just go at the game like it's your last game and just see what happens.
You've been playing shortstop throughout your career, pretty much.
I have. My freshman year at Creighton, I was third baseman.
Okay.
So there's just another tool in my belt that I can use, which is it was a good experience. And other than that, I've been typically on the left side.
Did they tell you that this isn't always a hitter's park?
I've heard that.
You've heard.
I'm not one to try to
right.
leave the yard. So
yeah.
And I mean, playing at Creighton with TD Ameritrade, that was definitely not a hitter's park either.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Foster, what does it mean to get the opening day start?
It's a huge honor. They told me days left in spring training. Now we can kind of figure it out to where we were slated for starts. Spring training, we were getting built up. So I kind of had an idea. That's what they told me. But it's a huge honor to start out the rotation.
Do you feel like returning after being here for the second half of the season, it makes it a little bit easier, you know what to expect, that you've already been here?
Yeah, a little bit. My first full season, I went to Lexington, and then I started back in Lansing last year. And definitely starting back there after having a year under my belt was a huge advantage. So I'm looking for that again this year. I think it will be. Knowing certain teams' approaches and stuff like that will definitely help. But just having the year of experience under your belt is definitely a huge advantage.
Were there certain things you took away from your experience here last year that kind of helped guide what you needed to do during the off-season spring training?
Yeah, for sure. Going from Lloyd, I think I gave hitters way too much credit. It's not that big of a difference as I made it out to be. Hitters still get themselves out in BP, so I give hitters way too much credit, and I pitch a little scared. So I'm looking to kind of change that, just pitch more aggressively and try and get deeper in games.
When you pitch aggressively, what are the things that are most effective for you that really are, that really help you get guys out the most? I mean, what are the things you rely on?
Strike one.
Strike
sure.
one.
Yeah, it's getting ahead, putting them, behind the 8 ball. You gotta get the advantage. You gotta get strike one. The percentages and numbers are there. When you get strike one, you get more guys out, as opposed to being 1-0. So that would be the main thing.
All right.